did you notice after that first time out when Miami came out with the 23-10 lead? You came back without LeBron, and how that unit turned the game from that point?
Yeah, they just played with great energy and confidence. We just, we got off to a little bit of a slow start with our pick and roll coverages to start the game. But our bench has been good for us all year. Kuz and Rondo came in, and Alex, and those guys brought great energy. Helps us get some stops, get out on the break some. Doe orchestrated a few buckets for us and helped turn the game around.
Frank, you've emphasized the defense all season long, second and third quarters especially. What did you notice about the way that those units played?
The effort. Our guys are just hustling their tails off, flying around on the defensive end, and then playing effort offense as well. Really pushing the tempo on the break, attacking the paint, and crashing the boards. Just the pace of the game really picked up in those two quarters, and obviously they were the difference makers.
Frank, knowing what you know about these guys, is there any chance that there could be any complacency that comes in because of a win like this? Do you have to guard against that, or do you not even need to worry about that with them?
Well, we always guard against that, but in particular because of how much respect we have for this basketball team. Not just their starting group, but for their bench. The guys that came in towards the end there, really got them off to a great start to their season. When you look at Nunn and Olenek, Solomon Hill, was acquired later, but we have great respect for those guys, and we know that this is just one win. We're happy that we got one win, but obviously we got to keep our foot on the gas.
Coach, Anthony Davis in his postgame said KCP saved us, and he was referring to the 2 threes he hit when you guys were down early that kind of seemed to get you going. I guess zooming out of that, how big has his shooting been in these playoffs? I think he's above 40%.
Yeah, his it's been needed. It's been a great lift for us throughout this playoff run. But in particular in that first quarter, we were struggling to score a little bit. We got some clean looks early, but didn't knock them down. But I think Kenny had 10 points in the quarter. And when you're struggling to score, for a guy to step up and make some plays like that on the offensive end, just gave us a big lift. And with the guys that came in and subbed in, helped turn that quarter around. But Kenny's value is on the defensive end. The tone he sets with how hard he plays defensively really is infectious to our group, and I think that carried out probably most in particular to start the third quarter, but throughout the game as well.
Allison?
All right, we'll start with Dave McGonigan.
Frank, what's the key to sustaining a run? All teams go on runs, but to be able to extend it out, I think it was 75-30, the run you guys went on. Is it keeping the guys' energy up in timeouts? What allows you to make it be that long?
Our guys are just motivated, during that stretch, and obviously we didn't sustain it, into the quarter, but it's tough to do, especially in the playoffs against good teams, and I think the key is keeping fresh bodies in, understanding the threats that are coming at us, and that every time you go on a run like that, the other team's coach is going to change the game, so the next 10-point run has got to be different than the first 10-point run. They're going to put different guys in there. They're going to change coverages. They're going to change, defensive scheme, run different action. And you have to win each segment of the game a different way. And that holds true for the series as well. We're going to have to win game 2 differently than we did game 1. So that's probably the biggest key.
All righty, Kyle Goode.
A lot of guys we're talking about, especially in the first half when you were kind of getting shooting from all over the roster. It's their first time playing in this setting. Well, not this setting, but at the finals. I know you were talking about guys sort of being champions before they're champions, but is there a part of you as a coach that's just sort of waiting to see, like, when they get in that situation, how they're going to react, and what you make of how those guys reacted?
A little bit of me is eager to see what guys are made of, but honestly, we talked about this morning, when you have big games throughout your career, you really just you think about it all day, but once the ball's thrown up and you get between those lines, you're just playing basketball, and this is our 27th game in the bubble. Played 3 exhibition games, 8 seeding games, 15 playoff games. So this is the 27th time we went through our process. Film in the morning, walk through a couple actions. Some guys get shots, some guys go back to the room, go through the process of the pregame stuff. Ball gets thrown up, and we play and do what we've done for the last 3 months. So I think you think about it a little bit in the days leading up to it, but once you get in that moment, just play basketball.
All right, Dan?
Frank, a lot of talk has been about LeBron trying to win a title for the 3rd time with a third different team, but Danny Green is also a 3-time kind of finals guy. What is it about his skill that just fits so well when you're trying to win a championship?
Well, he's a winner. He makes winning plays on a regular basis. Provides defensive toughness, rebounding, all those types of things. Has great IQ and understanding, and he's either going to blast you from the 3-point line or carry the threat to blast you from the 3-point line, and that just helps your offense. So it's no surprise Danny's had so much team success throughout his career.
He's had 3 more wins to win a championship, and then think of the vacation that this team will have.
Lakers had 5 guys in double figures. They had 10 different Lakers score. AD had 34 and 11 of 21. LeBron 25, 13 and 9. KCP 13 on 2 for 6 from 3. KCP with that big first quarter. James had mentioned it. He was 3 for 6, 2 for 4 from 3. 10 points in the first, really setting the tone. The Lakers grab game 1, 116-98. In the best-of-7 series, the next game will be Friday at 6. The Lakers have won 11 of their previous 16 finals when they win game 1. Alex Caruso scored 10 points in his first career finals game. He's now standing by with Mike.
All right, Alex Caruso, kind enough to join us on the post-game show. AC, a pretty emphatic Game 1 victory. I wondered what you thought stood out about this one tonight as you guys were able to handle Miami after that fast start from the Heat.
Yeah, I think we just we came out and started being the aggressors. I think on offense we started attacking the paint a little more, put our head down, get to the rim, and that in turn opened up the shooters for us on the backside. And then defensively we just kind of climbed up into them a little bit and tried to be, influence them to do what we wanted to do instead of letting them come off screens how they like or run into offense how they like. And it was good for us.
AC, you were able to get some of your actions off of LeBron, off of Anthony Davis, something that you were able to do throughout the season. LeBron said a lot of that's just about basketball IQ. Can you describe how you play off of those 2 stars?
Yeah, I mean, it's just knowing how teams are going to guard each of them and then being ready for the actions. I worked with Miles Simon all during the year and then a little bit when we came back from quarantine on coming out of pick and rolls when guys are going to blitz LeBron, when we're trying to get a small guy on him late, and I got a layup off that, got fouled off that tonight. And then just playing off the double teams with AD in the post, is something we've consistently tried to work on throughout the year. So for me, it's just about understanding how the defense is going to guard them and then reacting and being ready to do whatever I need to do.
AC, you guys did start slow in the first 2 series in the West, started better in the Western Conference Finals Game 1. Was it important to you to respond to what Miami did at the start of this game just to set a tone that you can try to take through the rest of the finals?
Yeah, for sure. Game 1 is the most important game because it's the one that was up next. For us, it's just about winning whatever's in front of us. We know that Miami came out and went up 2-0 in all their series in the East, and we know that they were going to look to come out and win the game just to trying to set an edge and set a tone for how they're going to play. So it was important for us to come out and play Laker basketball, and I think we got to that for majority of the game tonight. There's a little slip up in the late runnings of the game, but ultimately I think we did the job we needed to do. You're just going to have to adjust and get ready for Game 2.
All right, Alex, last thing for you. Still so early in the series. How fun is it to be in the NBA Finals versus just how mentally locked in you guys are? Can those things happen at the same time?
Yeah, for sure. With this team, we have fun every day. You know, whether it's the first game of the year or last game before All-Star break or the NBA Finals, you know, we play for each other, and when we have success, we celebrate each other, and I think that's one of the great things about this team. So obviously, NBA Finals, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of scrutiny that comes with it, but I mean, when you got teammates in a group like we do, it's just about going out there and playing hard, and ultimately we're going to have fun.
All right, Alex, thanks for the time, man.
Yep, appreciate it, Mike.
Most points in NBA Finals debut in Laker history. 1949, I was not born yet, but George Mikan went for 42. Elgin Baylor in 1959. Rob may have been born, I was not. He had 34. Shaq, I was there at the game against Indiana. Rob happened to be on the team. Big Game was there as well. Allie was barely born. 43 for Shaq. AD tonight. 34 points in his debut, Allie. That is special. And he came to play, and this is why he's in a Laker uniform, and this is what LeBron James needed.
He's surpassing, if you will, the expectations that he set for himself. I think that we all had for him in his first year here in LA. But I think the one thing that I loved about this game, because I feel like after every game, we have harped on it a bit. We wanted to see a little bit more of an emphatic Anthony Davis, an animated Anthony Davis. We wanted to see those kind of impact moments. And if you go back and watch this game, the slow-mos of Anthony Davis saying it's over throughout the entire game. And I know that he loves his mother and father, and I've heard that they are now in the bubble. They were there in the front row. So I don't know if it's Pops who's bringing that out of him. But you know, your guy, Jimmy Butler, even if he's on one ankle, he's going to bring some sort of energy. LeBron talked about it in the walk-off, the will, the determination, the desire that they must have. Anthony Davis, if he can stay like this.
Allie, it's funny because Big Game said it a little while ago, and all of us have played sports. Everyone knows these moments. You played with people that have these moments. He said he's feeling it.
Feeling it.
You could tell he was feeling it. She's right. He was saying stuff during that game. We just haven't seen him. He was feeling good, Rob.
He was feeling really good. You know, that's what you want to see when a guy's getting animated. He's feeling himself, and that cockiness comes out of, you know, a lot of great players.
Great cockiness,
and it's not a bad cockiness. It's a great cockiness, letting you know that, yo, this is who I am. This is how I established myself in this league. And this is what you're going to get, because there's 3 more games left after this game before I get the pinnacle of sports. That's a championship, and not many guys can get it. And I'm on my way to get my first one.
Man, I just see a little smile on your face right now. Do you want to say something? Because we had a lot of years there was no smiling.
3 more, man. 3 more games. You're going to see it, Geeta. But AD, you know, he's gone through a process. You know, it's coming from New Orleans, coming to LA. He's seen how difficult it is in the West. He's had some knockbacks, but he's always responded. And that's what the great ones do. He smells a championship. He's an elite player in this league. He's young, and I just love, like you said, I love his aggressive. He's starting to express that, you know, not only in his game, but verbally. And that's sending a message. Yeah. You know, if you thought he was a little light or, you know, maybe a little standoffish, Miami saw tonight what they're going to have to contend with. And sometimes that can, you know, they can feel like, damn, I didn't know he was going to be like this. But he is.
And the motto remains, job not finished. Before we go to Vogel, Allie, I want to ask you one more thing. I remember when AD first came, and a lot of people nationally were saying, oh, we'll see how long it takes. Yes, they complement each other. They're going to be great together. We'll see how long it takes for them to really start to gel. And I'll never forget you saying, like, they're going to gel immediately. What did you know? Obviously, you've been around LeBron a long time. Why that would work so quickly?
I think because of what we all have learned with LeBron James. If you're willing to follow his lead, he will put you in a position to succeed. And I think he sees what many people may not see in Anthony Davis when you step between the lines, in his skill, his athleticism, his ability to dominate the way in which he can all throughout a game. And not just in one aspect, one area. And so I think what he's been able to instill in Anthony has been something that's been admirable to watch. Because just as much as Anthony has said, I want what LeBron has, he's not just allowed it to come, he's taken it and run with it. So he's taken advantage of an opportunity of a star, a superstar, a great player like LeBron, giving him an opportunity to step up, and he's succeeded. I mean.
By the way, it's a great answer. It's a humble answer. You could have said, because I'm smarter than all of them. You did.
Well, we all know that.